அனைவருக்கும் வணக்கம். Honorable Minister from Pondicherry, Dr. Sampath, Mr. Veeramani, மற்றும் இங்கு வீற்றிருக்கும் dignitaries அனைவருக்கும் தமிழ் உலக தமிழ் பொருளாதார மகாநாடுன்னு சொன்னதுனால தமிழ்ல நான் வாங்க சார், தமிழ் மகாநாடுன்னு சொன்னதுனால தமிழ்ல வணக்கம் சொல்றதுல நான் ரொம்ப பெருமை கொள்கிறேன். The topic which we need to talk today is on financing, funding and banking scenario. Now we will have to look into a small background of the banking scenario in India. The Indian banking system is so robust, so diversified, and so tumultuous and very opportunistic in development from the year 1876. You will be surprised. From 1876, the banking has developed in India. Only in 1934, the Banking Regulation Act has been complied with. From there, it all started growing and growing. There has been nationalization in 69, 82nd dose of nationalization, 20 again nationalization, merger and demerger of banking system to create effective banking system to the country with diversified economic growth. You will be surprised, the growth of banking sector in India has been in tune with the growth of economy. If you really look at the growth of GDP, 4%, 6%, 7%, it's a disputable figure in our country. Every researcher will come with their own constitutional figure. But by and large, the growth of the banking system has been inconsistent with the growth of economy. Nowhere in the world, I would say nowhere in the world, the banking system has been so diversified, has been so much growing in the same proportion of the growth of the economy. The GDP, the growth of GDP, say about 35 lakh crores or whatever it is of India. The growth of the GDP is by and large equal to the growth of budget expenditure under FRBMS Act. Budget in India has been, not the same budget has been a lackluster exercise since 2003, when the FRBMS Act has come into being. The entire scenario of growth of the banking after nationalization has moved from class banking to mass banking. India has more than 48 million SME accounts. Our friend from Australia was talking about SME and small business financing 15 minutes back. In India, the significance of SME has been substantially established by formation of a ministry for SME and MSME. 104 million to 110 million people are employed in the SME, MSME sector. 48 million SME companies are in operation in India. What all these SME and MSME have been contributing? The bankers' analogy of understanding the growth of the recovery of loans and advances to the growth of the economy has been substantially defined by small loans contribute more towards recovery, not big loans. You give the loan of 1 lakh to 10 people, the percentage of recovery has been established as 30 or 40%. Whereas if you give it to one single big company, it goes bust. The growth of economy are in it 120 million people from SME and MSME and 42 million SME, MSME industries in our country. The banking has really gone through a tumultuous growth, and the nationalization brought forefront the lending to the priority sector. Agriculture dominated, small scale industries dominated, education dominated, differential rate of interest to downtrodden below the poverty line, BPL dominated. All these things have dominated substantially to create a livelihood for the common man. With these all in the banking sector, after giving out to priority sector, the lendable surplus available to the banking sector to be given to the non-priority sector has been reduced. This is one challenge our banking has gone through. Number two challenge, capital adequacy and inadequacy due to the emergence of NPA in the loan system, non-productive assets. The lendable resource to the banking system have been contained to a single digit percentage after meeting out the requirement of priority sector. The lendable surplus available to the country has been reduced to a single digit, with which the bank found it very difficult. Many of you may or may not be knowing, the profit for the banking system doesn't come from retail banking. I don't know how many of you would have been aware of this. Retail banking system for the banking is a cost ineffective management. Profit comes only from wholesale banking. The bank was left with very little resources for doing the wholesale banking. The retail banking is a cost effective. Similarly, more deposit. If a branch has more deposit, it is a cost ineffective branch. That's why banking thought over consolidation of banking into a limited number of branches. Previously, prior to 60s, the banking ministry or the entire country was aiming at providing one branch for 500 people to the society. Now, even for 50,000 or 1 lakh, we are contemplating amalgamating one branch. Bank merger is not a new thing. Even 2013, the first bank which was merged was New Bank of India with Punjab National Bank. Today, it is raising a hue and cry. The bank merger has been made for effective management of the lendable resources. Now, banking is one source which has been providing money to the SME and MSME as well as industrial sector in our country. The next is the equity. The domestic source of India in the banking has been so limited. The Reserve Bank of India time and again have been making changes in their policies. Monetary policy. Reserve Bank has got 101 functions to manage the economy of the country, of which one is the monetary policy, review of the monetary policy, and the entire scenario of bringing overseas money into the requirement of the corporate has been made liberalized under ECB norms, external commercial borrowing. External commercial borrowing has been the matter of focus since 2000, 1997, 2000, 2003, 2004, 2007. Under external commercial borrowing, foreign banks obsessed with a lot of funds were finding entry into the Indian market. The money available from the foreign banks have been as little cost as LIBOR plus. LIBOR today is about 0.078 or 0.089 and all, less than 1%. With LIBOR plus, with prime lending rate, the cost of fund from the overseas banking system has been reduced to 3 to 4%, 3.4 to 4%. An industry, Mr. Veeramani would agree, in industry, a profit margin can never be a double digit. PAT will be only 8 or 7% in any big industry, leave alone the export industry. With 7 or 8% additional margin available from overseas borrowing of external commercial borrowing, there is a 6% bottom line availability is there for any corporate. 6 to 7% is additional profitability. With PAT 6%, 12% double-digit profitability is achievable by resorting to borrowing from overseas. Dr. Vishwanathan is here. I don't know whether he knows. I'm also a committee member of TBI in VIT, in addition to IIT also. So as TBA member, I'm really happy to see a lot of entrepreneurs startup, because startup was just touched by Mr. Veeramani in his talk. Startup technology, startup. Startup today, like Ratan Tata tells, in India, it is not the problem of unemployment. In India, the problem is underemployment. We have slots. We don't have right people to fit into the sources. We have money. Gentlemen, know all of you, $448 billion are available as foreign institutional investors fund in terms of I would say it's about $118 billion are available as of now today under equity. Are we making the best use of all this equity? We have a lot of funds available. We don't have the right people. Instead of chasing today, fund managers are chasing the right end users. We don't have the right people in all meetings. Last week, I was in Tamil Nadu Agricultural University Entrepreneurs Council meeting where I could see 200, 400 people coming. Everybody wants, if somebody wants to grow coconut, he wants to grow coconut. Somebody wants to do mango, they want to do mango. Innovation is lacking among entrepreneurs. Funds are abundantly available, I tell you, gentlemen. Funds are abundantly available. Both it is equity or debt. Both equity or debt, everywhere it is available. And financial investors from abroad are looking for right pitch decks. Someone was asking, I was thinking, have you prepared your pitch deck? The guy was telling me, sir, where the deck is sold, sir? Is it a tape deck? The literacy, financial literacy. The financial literacy is lacking. Very few institutions, with my experience, like VIT, IIT, I'm able to see the people are jumping with financial literacy. They are taught. A second year student, with pride, I'm telling you, Dr. Vishwanathan is here. A second year BE student is an entrepreneur and I am mentoring him. The innovation in financing doesn't lie in making money available to them. That's why probably I think Dr. Sampath has kept the financing in the second day, not on the first day. In order of priority, money is the last thing which is required for people to make anything successful. It is a comprehensive, accomplished, concerted, integrated approach of an industry or business to make things available to people. Funding is available. Please rest assured, all the Tamil diaspora who are available, listening to my talk across the world, and even in this forum, I'm telling you, money is available. Make the best use of money from the available pool. I used to tell in many symposia and seminars, don't chase money. If you start chasing money, you will be only chasing. If you qualify yourself, convert yourself to be money deserving, money will not allow you. Money will never allow you. I am getting a clap from one gentleman. I am really happy. Enable yourself to be money chased. Enable yourself to be money chased. And Tamils, nowhere inferior to anybody. I could listen to all the lectures given by secretaries, IAS and all that. They were talking about the handloom specialty, granite revolution. Mr. Veeramani has made a granite revolution in our country. He has made a granite revolution. Dr. Vishwanathan has made educational revolution. We are second to none. We are second to none. Money comes to you. Today, the valuations of IT-based, IoT-based are all extremely high in the primary market. Don't get shocked. Entrepreneurs should approach the business with passion and compassion. There are class of people in the investors who want to start a company in the morning, sell it in the evening, sanitize the hand, wash off with several crores. That is called detachedly attached. Bhagavad Gita, it is said, detachedly attached. Life has to be detachedly attached, like something projected on the screen. There is a bloodshed in the film, there is romance in the film, there is pathos in the films. When the projector is switched off, the screen remains white as ever. Business is like that for a class of people. They want to make the valuation high because how come a company which has not made a physical investment, not a core sector? I'm not criticizing any company like Swiggy, which was discussed in the last session. People have no core sector exposure, no physical business. They mobilized 17,000 crore, 20,000 crore. These kind of money valuations are only catchy. Don't worry about it. I think Dr. Sampath has walked up to indicate me my time is over. Thank you for whatever it is. I'm Sivakumar. I am a primary market I'm a practicing merchant banker. I have my organization offices in Chennai because I was not introduced by Dr. Sampath. So I introduced myself. I've been a banker myself. I headed the #1 merchant banking company in India. As president, I managed 67 IPOs independently as a lead manager. I have my offices in Singapore, Dubai, and Melbourne, Australia. I am a Tamil man from Tanjore district. Sutta Tamilan. தமிழன்னு சொல்ற ஒரு அங்கீகாரம் எனக்கு போரும். வேற எதுவுமே வேண்டாம். தஞ்சை தமிழன். நன்றி, நன்றி, நன்றி. வணக்கம்.